SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we got to talk about this. Dish, T-Mobile, 800 megahertz. What is happening there? We're talking about 13.5 megahertz of national 800 megahertz low band that T-Mobile was forced to divest to Dish. Dish was unable to pay for it in a timely fashion. Now that spectrum is going to auction, but there may be some foul play involved if you're looking at it from the Dish side. Let's talk about that here in today's video. Link for the placeholder article from Dano Light Reading will be provided in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if it's your first time here, and turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, folks. So what's the situation with the 800 megahertz? Guys, this is important low band, frequencies that travel really far. It's the type of bandwidth, due to its low range nature, that allows it to travel far, penetrate in buildings. It's a really good coverage asset. It was supposed to be sold to Dish for $3.5 billion. They didn't have the capital to pay for it in a timely fashion. They received an extension, paid a fee for it, still couldn't pay for it. So now, under the terms of the Department of Justice and the Sprint T-Mobile merger, T-Mobile gets to auction it. They're supposed to hold an auction by October. According to T-Mobile, they declared that the auction already started. I don't even know how the hell you do that. But I think what that means is they're kind of discussing things in terms of rules and how those guidelines are going to go. I know that the $3.5 billion is basically going to be the reserve price. And that's what they're going to look to kind of, get back at least that much with the auction. All right, now Dish, for what it's worth, wants to get involved, but can't because T-Mobile won't give them any transparency on the auction, the rules or not the rules, just any updates or information on it. So they're crying foul play. T-Mobile and Dish do not have a good relationship. It's been bad since day one. T-Mobile never really operated in good faith with them with respect to roaming agreements or access to the 600 megahertz or whatever the case may be. It's been bad. There's been public spats between their CEOs and all those types of things. But the bottom line is, Dish wants to get back into this. They operate very shrewdly. They want a chance to get into that auction. They would love to get in and get that spectrum, but on a lower price point. The problem is if the auction doesn't meet the reserve price of $3.59 billion, T-Mobile gets to keep this spectrum. That's in the rules that was put together in the agreement with the DOJ. So T-Mobile actually has an interest, a very large interest, in the auction failing and not meeting the reserve price. Dish knows this. So they feel that this is a flaw in the agreement and they want in. And obviously the Department of Justice pushed for, Dish to be the fourth carrier to replace Sprint. So they have a vested interest in Dish being supported. This continues to get messy. T-Mobile's not playing nicely. Dish, of course, isn't playing nicely. And you have all this lack of transparency, no expression or description from T-Mobile on the auction, premature indications that they've started the auction. I don't even know what the hell that means. But T-Mobile says that the reserve is going to be met and that shouldn't be an issue. So that kind of debunks that, I suppose, if you trust T-Mobile. I don't trust Dish either, but this is a very interesting conundrum. So here are the potential outcomes, and this is why I made this video. There is a potential that the auction for the 800 megahertz spectrum may not meet the reserve. T-Mobile gets to keep it. That is another low band layer for T-Mobile. Dish, for what it's worth, could potentially be, they could fight for the opportunity to get involved with the auction and buy it should they have the opportunity to do so. I don't see why not, but the problem is do they even have the capital at this point? That's been the financial issues. Why all of a sudden would they have the funding? I mean, unless they're able to raise it somehow, some way, I don't know. Right? But T-Mobile could essentially be, could end up with the spectrum to the dismay of Dish. And regulators obviously could get involved, right? Could be a DOJ issue, could be an FCC issue after all is said and done. Who knows, right? And we obviously don't have transparency into this auction. So that's why I was inspired to make this video to kind of get the pulse of the people of the SMT Nation, how you guys view this. What do you think the outcome is going to be? What do you think should be the outcome? Should the auction fail? Who should garner, the access to the spectrum? Should it be left to T-Mobile? Should they be forced to sell it anyways, even without the auction? I think there's arguments to be made that a lot has gone T-Mobile's way. I don't think they need additional boost, right? It's hard to make an argument for Dish because they really haven't done themselves any favors over the last decade with spectrum squatting and lollygagging, and building a network. I mean, there's a lot here. It's messy, isn't it? But tell me what you think about all this. Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.